All right, so there's no doubt that Hillsboro, Oregon is one of the fastest growing areas in the Portland metro. In fact, it was ranked as the most affordable city in the entire state of Oregon because of the high paying jobs and the low cost of houses. So in this video, we're going to be discussing the cost of living in Hillsboro, Oregon. So stay tuned. What's up, everybody? This is Jackson Ray Wilkey
and Jesse Ray Dow,
and we are the Real Agent Now group right here in the Portland metro. Hey, if this is your first time to this channel, you want to learn everything about working, eating, sleeping, living, playing, and the cost of living in Hillsboro, make sure you tap that subscribe button and you click the little bell so you're notified every time we do a new video. And we literally get calls every single day from people moving and relocating, and we absolutely love it. If you're moving, relocating, it doesn't matter, day, nights, weekends, make sure you reach out to us and give us a call, shoot us a text, send us an email, or even send us that pigeon carrier. However you want to get a hold of us, we got your back when moving to the Portland metro. All right, so today we wanted to talk about the cost of living in Hillsboro. We did a broad one for Portland, but we really want to break it down to this area. Why it's so affordable, what's going on here. And when we do this, what we're gonna be doing is breaking it down to an even 100. So the United States of America is even 100, and we're gonna relate that here to Hillsboro. So with that being said, Hillsboro's overall cost of living is 122. So it's a tick above the 100, but we're gonna be talking about that with the housing. That's where he comes in. But I'll talk real quick. When it actually comes to the cost of living, it's more affordable here, like with health costs. It's 85 out of 100. And that's because we got a lot of hospitals around here. And the second thing that comes in underneath is your utility bills. So of course, we got a lot of water around here, a lot of hydroelectricity. Those bills are definitely low. In fact, we have a lot of really high-speed internet and fiber around here that you can get 50 bucks a month. That's lightning speed. So the overall cost of living is, underneath the national average when it comes to health and utilities. The only thing, maybe you can touch on this, transportation is 122 out of 100, so it's a little bit more expensive. Why would you think it's that?
Yeah, and the reason that is because right here you have a hub for a lot of different transportation methods, whether it's the MAX line, which is our bus transportation that's public, or our MAX system, which is kind of like our light rail train that runs all over the city. It runs to the east side out to the airport, it runs to downtown Portland, and it runs south out to Tualatin.
Does it come out here?
Oh yeah, dude, this is the hub.
Right down the road.
Yeah, so you got Intel, Nike, you got the tech corridor out here in Silicon Forest, lots of different things and a lot of different transportation needs of everyone that's working out in Hillsboro.
Yeah, so a daily pass is gonna be about $250 for like 2 hours. If you want the full day pass, I believe it's about $4. I take the kiddos, the wife on it all the time, and it's safe. So you do see a lot of people taking that and using it for work. There are monthly passes, so you can look into that. And if you're a vet, you get deals. If you're senior, you get deals. So make sure you look into those monthly passes. All right, so yeah, with the cost of living, the last thing I wanted to mention was the grocery cost. It literally comes in at 102. The even part is 100, but that's because you got New Seasons, you got Whole Foods, you got all of those where you got the organic produces, so a tick above.
So what about Trader Joe's, Target, and Costco? Those are the places I like to go. Do they have those out here?
Costco is literally a couple blocks that way. There's one right in Beaverton. We're surrounded by those, and I just actually left the Target a little bit ago. So yes, literally every single one of those, especially in this Tannisbourne area, restaurants, shops, bars, everything you need. But let's talk about the housing, Jesse. Give it to them. Why is it just a tick above, but below Portland?
Yeah, and the reason why that is, on an average scale, the average house in America is $230,000, but the average house in Portland is right at $450. The average house right here in Hillsboro is right at the $380 mark. The reason why is because out here in Washington County, you're about 6-7 miles from downtown Portland. So the developments out here are just starting to come in. They're, it was developed, the Renko Station area that we're at right now was developed about 14-15 years ago. But there's so much farmland out here. You got a lot of great sized lots. Some of these brownstones right here, are priced in the $500,000 to $600,000 range. But you can drive right down the street and get a resale home that was built in the 1970s, 1980s, 1990s, starting at the $400,000 mark. But we have a lot of great townhouses, condos, and single family living homes. And those condos start off in the low $200,000 range. So there's something for everybody. And because this is a very walkable community, we have a lot of people that actually just live in their house and they take the MAX line to work. That's why the prices fluctuate so much everywhere around here, and why the average is actually lower than it is in Portland, just because you have such a massive variety and there's nothing that's cookie cutter.
All right, so obviously, literally whatever kind of house you're looking for, they have it here, but you found something super cool over in that Hillsboro project with the granny flats. You want to talk about that for our clients who call about that?
Yeah, so the granny flats are ADUs, so it's called the generational style homes. They're brand new construction. They start off at the high $500,000 mark. And if you want to live in the house with, say, an in-law, with a nanny, with an adult teenager, or say like a kid that's in college and they still want to live at home, this is a great place where you're going to have an attached but separate entire living scenario where they have their own kitchenette, their own washer and dryer, their own entry. So it's essentially like their own house and their own livable space, but it is attached to your house, which I think is really cool. And this is going on in the new South Hillsboro development areas, right where we're seeing a massive 4,000 unit complex being built that's gonna sprawl all the way to Sherwood to the south.
All right, so like we mentioned, this is the most affordable city in the entire state of Oregon because of those higher household median incomes and the good paying jobs. So when it comes to the cost of living, you gotta make that dough. Let's talk about some jobs around here.
So where do you go to make that dough?
You gotta go.
So right here where we're standing, we are surrounded by 3 Intel campuses. There's one right there, there's one right over here, and there's another one right over there. So you have an amazing epicenter of tech culture right out here. They call this the Silicon Force because it's just like Silicon Valley. You're surrounded by so many great leaders in the tech space, whether it's Tektronix, whether it's Intel. You also have other companies out here like Nike. You got a Costco. You got a new Amazon warehouse out here. You got a Topgolf. But there's so much great land to build these massive warehouses. And if you are looking to move to Hillsboro and say you're moving here with your tech job, there's a lot of great businesses here that are actually always recruiting and looking for top tier talent. So if you move your business here and you want a great culture to actually find employees, right here is where you got to be. But moving into all that, wide open space in Washington County, let's talk about the property taxes. The property taxes run at about 1% of the property value. It can be give and take a little bit based on, different parameters. Let's say the lot is a 1 acre size lot. Obviously the property tax is going to be a little bit higher. Or if it's new construction, the baseline on new construction is always set at 1.25%. And that is because there's no set property tax on that bare land the year before. So they usually just say 1.25% is the baseline, and then they adjust moving forward. So when you move out to Hillsboro or the Washington County, when the typical traditional resale homes are right at that 1% mark. But if you look at the higher end markets around, say, Multnomah County and Clackamas County, like Lake Oswego, say that northeast and lower southeast Portland, where the houses are really, really nice and expensive, sometimes those property taxes are pretty high and over the 1.25% mark. It really depends what neighborhood you're moving into. But out here, it's pretty much a broad scale of right around that 1% mark.
All right, so yes, this is kind of a broad, cost of living of Hillsboro, Oregon. It is more affordable than living downtown Portland or in some of those counties, and there is incredible growth out here. So great pools of people for employers. If you're building that business or if you're looking for that job, you have that too. But the only way for us to do that is for you to reach out to us. You gotta give us a call. You gotta shoot us a text. You gotta send us an email or even send that pigeon carrier. However you wanna get a hold of us, we got your back when moving to the Portland Metro. And until that next video, what, baby?
We'll check you later.
We'll check you later.